Oh, nothing like getting started and being muted to begin with. There are too many buttons on the controller, and I'm just not an old hand at it yet.
Do we have sound now, Ayla? Oh.
Well, this one was simple. I just had the
Thank you.
dang audio microphones turned off, since obviously we didn't want them on while we're sitting here cussing each other.
And I was saying that you do not need a 1/3 doll for today. I have a craft coming up that you can do on any doll at all. You can see my girls standing back here. We're going to do tights today. We're going to play the short version here and the long version, the longer tutorial on my channel today. We're going to talk about all kinds of things. And Ayla, I saw you said we should have a weekly show. We are talking about that. We're thinking Thursday evenings, and we're just looking at everything now. We're making some changes. The Dolls Rescued channel now has a online, what did I call it? Online event calendar or something to that effect. We do plan to do more online private events for different dolls. We have one coming up in March for 1/6 scale dolls.
Which you're just now announcing.
Oh, yeah, I guess I am just now announcing. We've been planning it for so long that I just figure everybody knew.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have an event coming up March 8th. It's going to be called
St. Pat's Bash.
Yep, Darren's idea. He really likes
it's all my fault.
He really likes my little custom Blythe I did last year with Tina's Reborns and more. We did little, fighting Irish. I should have brought her.
We should have. That was stupid.
I meant to bring her. Well, we'll do that next
I'll grab
week.
her while the 5-minute or 7-minute video's playing.
Oh, okay. That's a good idea. But it's an event set up for 1/6 dolls. We're going to focus on any 1/6 fashion doll. We're going to focus on Rainbow High, Blythe dolls, and Barbie dolls. And we're hoping to have guest crafters. I've already asked some people. We have some ideas. You can look at the website, dollsrescue.com. There is an event page. It's in the bottom of the navigation or menu, and see more details there as they come and as we tell them. And then we have some other things in the mix. We really had a good time at Winterfest. Very frustrating time. For those of you that don't know, we had Winterfest going really well, and then a storm came through and knocked out 2 weeks of our work. Gone, like gone. All the software that Darren was working on. And the problem is we have our own servers, and while they have backup, it all got knocked out. The whole server got knocked out. And my website got, any changes I had made to any of my websites, which I had been working on 3, and gone. So that put us 2 weeks behind, and so we had a few glitches, but you know what?
Started ironing them out as we went along.
and everybody's such a good sport in this community that we just kind of rolled with the punches, and we had over 13 hours of online interaction, and then we had the whole time, Darren had our studio running and was showing pictures of that people had sent us of their dolls. The photos were running, and we had some trivia questions, and everybody could chat in between, and we did every other hour. I had a really good time, and we are planning Winterfest 2026. Dates are set, and we'll talk more on that as we go. Hi, Holly. Hi, everyone, and thank you for coming. It's a big deal. I'm thrilled you're each here. It means a lot. It means a lot. Hey, Ray 7, where have you been, man? I got to tell y'all something about Ray 7. You know how we all want to walk into a thrift store and find a 1972 Blythe doll for $10? This man did. Yes, he did. And he
Hi,
finds,
Tina.
he is unbelievable. And he's got a fun channel, and he's got 2 channels, right, Ray? Don't you have 2 channels, one in English and one in Spanish? And he does thrift shops. You could go watch him. He gets unbelievable things for the finds he makes are amazing. And he's just the nicest guy. But he's been doing one thing and I've been doing another, and I used to watch him all the time, and I haven't as much. But good to see you, Ray. You're amazing. Oh, and thank you very much. Really appreciate that.
Yeah, he's $2.99 is what he's saying there too, that he paid for that doll, not $10. So
Oh my goodness. For a 1972 Kenner Blythe doll. This man is amazing. Just amazing.
Never Too Old says their Grail thrift find is a Patty Play Pal doll, and I believe we have found some, haven't we?
I went to a garage sale and found a perfect condition, other than one leg loose, Patty Play Pal in original clothing, $1. I couldn't believe it. It was on her hat. There was $1 sign. I said, how much is this doll? She said, oh, I think she's marked. And I said, I didn't see any marking. She said, yeah, it's right there on her hat. Man.
She thought it was $1 for the hat.
I thought it was $1 for the hat. Yeah, I did get that. And we got a chatty baby there too. And we got it for like $2.
And they
so
were she
we
was the
have found
original
some
owner.
cool stuff. Yeah, the woman's daughters were the original owners of the doll I found there. And I have my own original, got it for Christmas when I was her size, Patty Play Pal that I still have. She went through a lot. She's not looking pristine. I play with her a lot.
We kind of got away from that, but I've done some repairs on the
Yep.
internal voice boxes and stuff.
Chatty
and-
Cathy's.
For Chatty
Well,
Cathy's,
Chatties, yeah.
And opening them up and stuff.
Yep.
In fact, since then we've gotten into 3D printing, and I keep talking about reprinting, building a new model with a 3D printer to replace the parts that often break in those old dolls. But
chat
it's
box.
like everything else, a million other things going on, and there just aren't that many collectors of the chatties these days. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
They're probably more working dolls than there are collectors right now. If
Yeah,
if you have to pay for them, but
Yep.
but they're certainly
Yep.
out there.
Do you want to play the video?
Yeah, we're going to play a video. Marna's did a little craft here, kind of a beginner sewing craft.
Anybody can
it's
do it.
specifically
This
for
is-
smart dolls in the video, but it works for every single doll type.
Yep.
It's really a cute little thing.
Any
here.
kind of doll.
And she'll get to comment as she goes along here, I think. If I did this right, and if not, well, you can all holler at me.
I'm typing slow.
Hi, I'm Marna. This is the Dolls Rescue Channel, and it's a cloudy day here in mid-Missouri, but I hope you can see well enough. I'm going to make some tights for a smart doll. You can do this with any doll at all. Using a sock, I found these at Walmart. They're really long. I like that. Sometimes your heel piece, you can work around this. I'll show you how on another video on another day. But for right now, we're going to make these tights. What I did was I turned this sock inside out to become a stocking for a smart doll. We're going to use these pins as our sewing guide. I'll show you that in a minute. The first thing I did was come up to the crouch and push that down. I put the top where I wanted it to hit right below the stand port. And what I'm doing on this side is I took an ink pen the same color. I do not recommend an ink pen. I recommend something that you can get off, a chalk or a pencil. However, the idea is to cut above that. So what you want to do is mark this below where your sewing line will go. You're going to go to the top of your mark, okay? Or just below it actually, so we can cut that away and it won't be left to stain the doll. You're going to be sewing starting from this toe going up. You'll put a knot here, which is going back and forth in both directions because that is a stress area. We're putting the pins in to follow. When I get to the sewing machine, I'll put my foot where my sewing needle hits, right where this is. I will follow that. Oh, I need another pin. I am using these longer, I think these are quilting pins. And let me put this here. I thought I had, oh, I do. No, I don't. Okay, and I put that there, and that's important because you want that to come right up to where the toe is. Mine's a little down too far. Let me move that up. You want the point of your pin to hit where you want the sewing machine to turn on your foot. And what you're doing is you're going to carry this over to the sewing machine after I show you how to take them off. And you're going to follow the points of your sewing pins. So this one, you're going to put your foot down and your needle right where this is. Pull this pin out, sew across to this pin. Then you're going to pull this pin, turn your sewing machine, and follow that to the end of this pin. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like follow the dots. When I got up here, I turned the doll around so that the pins are facing the other direction. This one came loose. Let me redo it. And you want to push these long pins all the way up in as far as they'll go. But you want to pull these out as you sew. These are called tights for a reason. You pull them over just a little bit, adding your pins for your direction, pushing that up. Don't scratch your doll. Do not scratch your doll. And then take this on down. You want to take it to here. Pull that forward a little bit. You don't want baggy tights. You want tights. Pull that down like this. And then your last pin will go the opposite direction of your first pin. Pull that around, because that is where you're going to sew to, dot to dot. Now to take this off, stand your doll up and do it very slowly. What can happen is your pins will come loose. So you got to keep an eye on your pins as you pull this down all along the foot. Here's where it becomes tricky, at the heels. Once you get over the heels with the first couple of pins, I'm going to push her feet into a high heel position. All right, we have it pulled off. All of the marks are set. They're all lined up where they're supposed to be. And you can see my little pink mark. I'm going to go right above that so that it gets cut off. All that ink gets cut off. Let me go to the sewing machine. All right, so what we're going to do is very carefully cut this out, not far from the seam. Very carefully. You can use any scissors you want. I recommend for your first couple times, use smaller scissors. If you're not paying attention, you can cut your own seams. You'll put a hole in your stockings and you won't be able to use them. Very carefully, I get up pretty close to the seam because you don't want that bulk on your doll. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the sewing machine with a zigzag, and I'm going to round this out a little bit, staying right. This is going to be part of the zigzag, but I'm going to go to this will be the outside of my zigzag on both sides, and then I'll follow this up. Okay, this is what you'll have on the inside of your pants. You can see I rounded the edges a little bit. I think I got this one smaller than that. But let's see what happens. This is a beginner craft, and anybody can use this for a quick pair of tights or stockings or even socks. Just put them on your doll and use the pins. I first saw this craft on J Dolls UK channel. She was making stockings. I'm kind of still working them around, but it's a cute fit. I like them. So that's my craft for today. I hope you have enjoyed this, and I hope if you try this, you'll let us know how it works for you. Thank you for watching the Dolls Rescue channel. Please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe.
The print's a little large on those socks, but I liked them anyway, and they were really long socks, and that's really good for like the Smart Dolls. But you can use even footies, you know, that just stay inside the shoe for Blythe dolls. I've used those quite often to make stockings, not tights, but stockings. Works out. I just wanted to have a little craft to throw in this morning to mix it up a little bit, and
well, and it's kind of what we want to do too with what we did with Winterfest, and what she wants to do, like with the St. Pat's Bash we were just talking about, where she'll post some. We'll post some videos of a craft, and then you can do it beforehand. And then I don't know if we've decided if we're going to do a contest and judge them, or how that'll work, or if just photos of them.
I don't think we're going to have contests in March.
Yeah.
I don't want to use. I want to have a good time, and I want to have online fun. But I don't want to use up my resources for Winterfest.
Yeah, sure.
And, you know, I don't want to keep asking people to do crafts and guest speak and, you know, offer items and stuff like that.
But we've got a deep
But
pool,
it's going to
though.
be fun.
And we already are going to have some speakers, so that's not
Thank you, Ayla. I appreciate that. Thank you. This was a, could you lift that? It hurts
Sure.
my wrist. I had a little accident. Take your hands off the pants. Lift her a little higher. This was a
camera's out of
custom doll.
focus
She
is
has
what I was getting ready
freckles.
to do.
I'm not sure if you can get her close enough, the camera, to show her face.
It won't matter because the camera won't focus to it. So.
Okay. And she's my little fighting Irish Blythe that I did a custom collab with Tina that is here in the chat at Tina's Reborns and More. Sorry, Tina, I just went blank there for a minute. And Darren really likes her. She usually holds a skillet. And the story I told about her was she had finally found the gold at the end of the rainbow, and her boyfriend got up the next morning. He said he was going to the bank with it, but she's never going to see him again. And so she was fighting mad. She had a little skillet that Darren 3D printed. I'll have to get that back out. Show her little earrings. She has little shamrock earrings. And we keep her on the shelf in the dining room. Well, we kind of have a lot of dolls there, don't we?
Well, she's right behind me, but I've photobombed her now. I've got my moon here instead, so.
Yeah. And then I brought in my Barbie. This is my favorite Barbie. Which way do I go here? And she's a straight-armed, inexpensive, I think she was like $5 at the time. And I should have bought 4 of them. I love this girl's hair and face. And I'm not taking this one apart, but I want to find another one like her, which I cannot in the stores. And I'm not paying $30 on Amazon or eBay to get one. But I want to rebody her into a made to move, because I just love this Barbie. So now they can see the
back of the monitor.
The wizard's
the wizard's pants.
So who here celebrates St. Patrick's Day? I do. I always have. My dad always fixed. My mom and dad corned beef, cabbage. When my kids were growing up, I'd fix corned beef and cabbage. I'd get the green bread for their lunches at school. I'd get them a green drink in their lunch. They would get green. Remember those green snowballs? They were cupcake kind of. I think it was Hostess. They were called snowballs. I haven't seen them in a long time.
Pink ones were the common ones.
Yeah.
But then they had the specialties for St. Patrick's.
Yeah, and they had the white. They always got one of those. And bag of, oh, what do you call it? The ranch, I think it was, potato chips, because they were green. And I would dye the milk. I'd put a little green in the milk, and we'd have a great big dinner, and always made a big deal on St. Patrick's Day, just for fun. We're part Irish, probably not a lot, but you know, I can claim all the holidays.
Yeah, I'm with Ayla. Any excuse.
Yeah.
I mean, after all, we do Pi Day and Cinco de Mayo and
Yeah.
Star Wars, you know, May the 4th. And
Yeah, that, I love you, Deb. Yeah. Yeah, I got a little German mixed in, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Terry says she went to Catholic school, Irish nuns, from 3rd to 8th grade. Oh, very cool.
yep, we'd have the green milk too. And we still do corned beef and cabbage.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I usually bring out I can't even think now, drawing a blank, the beer that I like so much that I can't think of what it is.
Oh,
but
Guinness.
Guinness.
You usually have
So,
Guinness. Yeah, he likes dark beer, and usually darker than Guinness, but that's what you have on St. Patrick's Day.
yeah.
So we and Valentine's Day. I'm real big on Valentine's Day. I don't know. I don't think she's in the house right now, but Irene at Irene Huff's Doll Space was saying that her dad always made Valentine's Day a big deal when she was a kid. Mine did too. And we always had like a meal, and I got gifts every year. And I wonder why my brother and sister are so jealous.
You weren't spoiled, were you?
I might have
You
been.
still are. Let's be
I
honest.
am, Darren.
Still are.
Yes, I like celebrating all the holidays too. It's just fun. It's something to look forward to. Since moving to Louisiana, we have got, of course, Mardi Gras.
Well, we celebrate Mardi Gras here. I usually
Yeah. I didn't until I hooked up with Darren.
I usually drag her to a restaurant around here, one kind or another, or I make something.
I'm not big on spicy food, but
you know,
he is.
some kind of Creole dish or something, and
Yep.
so.
The first year he and I were together, we did not have a St. Patrick's Day meal. And I had said I really wanted a St. Patrick's Day meal. We are both, thanks, Ayla. True. We were both born and raised in St. Louis County, Missouri. And at that time, from the 90s and perhaps 2000s, I don't know. But you could go into almost any bar in St. Louis on St. Patrick's Day and get a big plate of corned beef and cabbage free. You just walked in the door and they said, hey, are you ready for your plate? Are you getting in line for a plate or whatever? And then they had green beer. And so when we moved to northern Wisconsin, we looked and we couldn't find one.
Yeah.
And we found one that was serving the second or third year we were there, but it was expensive and they gave you like this much. And in St. Louis at these bars, I mean, you got like 3 pieces of meat and it was like mounded with potatoes.
Well, in fact, I think the one we found, they had a crock pot full of it, great big enormous crock pot, and it was kind of like
help yourself.
Help yourself, yeah.
Buffet.
I mean, they're by
free.
Yeah.
And so.
Well, and the party, I mean, you've got, the whole Dogtown and everything
Oh,
else,
yeah.
and the St. Patrick's Day parade in St.
Oh,
Louis.
the St. Patrick's
It's not
Day.
Chicago huge, but it's huge.
It's huge.
So,
And I used to be in that parade. Well, I used to be in a lot of parades. And I'm planning to be in parades again
with our goats.
with my goats. But I used to be in the parades with my dogs all the time. We'd go to, every year on St. Patrick's Day, my kids would be in school, and I'd go to Dogtown, a place called Dogtown down in downtown St. Louis. And it was an Irish neighborhood area, and they had a huge, big deal, really fun
I'm just playing.
parade.
Keep going.
And I didn't know what you're doing. And I used to take my dog. I had a Labrador Retriever named Mary, and I had, of course, from being in the parades, I had St. Patrick's Day print backpack, because that's what I made. Could you move that back over? And thank you. And then I would, green fancy collar, and she'd wear, they used to call them dealy bobs. They were like a headband, and then they'd be on a spring, and they had shamrocks on them. And she would wear those anyway, and I'd dress for the day. And we'd be walking along and people would say, aren't you in the parade? Or are you looking for your group? And oh, we had fun. We just had fun. So St. Patrick's Day is a big deal. Yes, Ayla, I'm actually thinking I'm going to start, I have animal channels. And I think I might set, my goal is now, will it happen or not? I don't know. I would like to, her head's cut off.
Yeah.
I would like to videotape the training that I'm putting into my animals and do videos. And the idea is for me to learn to do all what it takes to get a video on YouTube. And you're making me dizzy here with that.
You might wonder what I'm just playing around here. I stuck up the other camera that I had here so we could get a close up here of the girl.
But those are just some of the plans we're working on. Like I said, we want to do, I don't like that shot. I look awful. I'm too old for that shot. We're planning on some live events again. These are totally private events. They are not on a platform where it can be tracked or anything. You don't have to worry about any of it. We do take information. You do have to
all you need is
register.
a valid email address.
Yeah.
And that's only because
and
if
we
we have
don't,
troubles, we need to be able to contact
yeah,
you.
we don't sell those or share them. That's totally private.
Yeah.
I don't even look at them, to be honest. They're just what you need to sign in. And like I said, we're planning March 8th. And then, oh, what else do we have? I'll have to pull it up here. Let me pull it up on my computer. We are planning Winterfest next year. The 1/6 scale dolls.
And we're talking about a summer fest for the Smart Dolls.
Yep.
Smaller.
Smaller.
Not the 3-day Winterfest.
Yeah.
But something just fun. But
Probably one day.
yeah.
Yeah.
But we're just working. We had people at the Winterfest ask, and we thought, it's not a bad idea, and we're having fun with it. So let's just see what we can come up with. And we're probably through this year, we're talking about something in the fall as well, and just trying to come up with different ideas and take a look at suggestions from you all and kind of play around with the idea and see what we come up with. Marta had mentioned at the start here, we did have some technical problems that as we went throughout the weekend, we started ironing them out. I've got and the biggest issue, well, there were two big issues, and one of them was the chat people would get disconnected and they'd have to refresh. And I think I have that resolved. And also there was some confusion people had when they sent the message. It didn't work exactly the same as YouTube, where their messages didn't have their avatar. And I changed that over, and actually if you were a Winterfest participant, it's still running and you can go over there and see the new chat. And a few other little changes, just trying to, while they're all fresh in my mind and we'd worked out all the issues, figured out what they were, actually get in there and fix them, fix the avatar uploading if you want to use a PNG or a GIF or something else that supports that now. Yeah. So just kind of cleaning up the loose ends. So hopefully next time around for the St. Pat's Bash, it's a little smoother, and we'll just kind of keep improving that and heading in whatever direction you guys seem to like. So.
And then we're also talking about in the fall, doing a fashion doll, 16 to 18-inch fashion dolls. And I'm looking at doing events for both baby dolls and 18-inch, actually American Girl, but any 18-inch doll. And the American Girl would not just be the 18-inch, but also the miniatures and the bitty babies. Keeping the dog community alive. Do you mean doll?
Yeah, she fixed herself.
And then we, of course, Winterfest again next year. So that's what we have that we're working on, and we'll see how it all goes. But again, private.
Yeah.
You have to sign up.
If you all have ideas or want to help, we're hoping by making them free, and that's the next one coming. we're doing it the other way for the next one. Instead of having goodie bags and that kind of expense and shipping, this one's going to be free. But we are going to limit. So there's going to be 3 sessions, what you're talking about for St. Pat's Bash, and each session will be limited to how many people can participate. And I'm going to run some stress tests and kind of figure out what we can safely host, and we'll set that limit then to whatever it is, whether it be 20 or 200, we don't know, but probably closer to the low end. But it'll be first come, first served, but it'll be by each session. So when you get in, then you can come back for that session. You won't have, but the next session you'll have to be the first X
to get
in.
And we offer at our events, we do what's called a drop. And I got that off some live
it was a dog channel,
live chats on YouTube, but it was like a dog channel and another channel. And what we do is anybody that wants to shares their information, their YouTube channel link, and their Instagram. And what we do is we put that up for everybody, and then everybody in the at the event can go and sign up as a subscriber and follower. And I know I got a little bit of a boost this weekend. I hope others did too. Oh, Irene is here. Hey, Irene, I was just talking about you.
That's why she came. She
heard. What do they say? Your ears itch? Yeah, your ears start itching. And yes, Holly, Welly Wishers for sure. For sure.
If you do, that was just a suggestion you had, whether you're just kind of talking about it, right?
The American Girl?
American
no,
Girl, yeah.
I was thinking I would.
Okay.
But, let's see how the St. Patrick's Day goes and
we're just
and
keep
go
adjusting.
from there. And Darren and I put in a lot of work. It doesn't just happen and we sit down here and start talking.
Like the YouTube lives here.
Yeah, like the YouTube lives. There's a lot of work in the background, but it's really fun for me. I don't really do dioramas or holiday setups and all that anymore. I sew. Darren comes up with these ideas and I say to him, I sew. I have dolls and I sew. But I really enjoy organizing events for doll people to get together, like meetups, and now this, that's really fun for me. And it's really fun, like I got to know the guest speaker, well, not just the guest speakers, a lot of people, but I got to know the guest speakers pretty well. There was a lot of interaction behind the scenes, and that to me was worth the whole Winterfest. Getting to know other doll people, we're so fortunate. I say it all the time, our aunts and grandmothers that collected dolls, they didn't have like we do where, you just jump online and talk to other people. They had a magazine that came once a month and they might have gone to a doll show, but those were few and far between.
Yeah.
And usually way further away from everybody than people would go for a doll show. But now in our time, doll shows aren't just a doll show where you go and see the dolls and buy things. They're events. And I always talk about Puddle in Chicago that we went to. That was a weekend full of fun, starting on Friday with a trip to Gigi and Sherry's and following right through Sunday. What was the last event? Do you remember? I'm trying to remember. They set up the room for people, like attendees to set up a table and sell their stuff. I mean, it was just fantastic. Great event. That's what I like.
Hi, Little Crafty Kitty.
Hey!
In 1964, Drowsy Doll. And Mark Palmer was asking about the head busts for my floating heads. I assume you're talking about right here. Talking about these, but there's actually a model on Thingiverse.
Show it on here. Can you switch over?
This is actually a model on Thingiverse, and anybody can print this. This isn't unique to me. We haven't considered selling them, I don't think.
Well, because it's not our pattern.
Because it's not our pattern, but We are, I'd have to go back and look to see what their restrictions were. Some people, when they distribute patterns, they say for personal use only, that kind of stuff. But I'm pretty sure that we can sell it for whatever just what it costs us. So if you're really if you want some and you don't have a 3D printer or know somebody, just email us. Every one of our websites, like lovingmysmartdoll.com, has an email address in there, and I don't know, probably $5 or $7 plus shipping, something in that
Wow,
range.
that's fair. This thing prints a long time.
Yeah.
I love these. I had an idea for, I'm telling on myself, Darren, to make these with the Boobalicious, well, not Boobalicious, Boobalonia, I think it's called, and a shorter pedestal. A shorter pedestal, a bigger boob, and the neck more straight up. This is, I don't know if you can see that. It's tilted, and it's fine. I use these. It's not a problem. But I would like it seems like it would be more stable for the doll heads to be straight up. Holly, what do you think? I know you had a head fall from a bust. Is Holly still here? I don't know that she is. But yeah, these are really cool, I think. There we go.
Not too.
Yeah, you can see the side of it and then the front. And they're very, very handy. The head just, it's attached. It sits down on there much like the body would, like it would on a body. Very cool. I love that Darren has a 3D printer. I've got him in there making Easter. I should make that announcement here. I'm going to announce this on my channel, but something for you to think about. We are going to print in Easter egg colors, Smart Doll heads, bust, the big bust, and hands. The hands are a little weird, but they are what they are. And I'm going to do a collab. I want to mail out to probably, this is what the head looks like. Which camera are we on?
We're still, you want that camera back?
Yeah, let me move her.
Well, yeah.
Oh, you know what I could do? Put it right on here. And, the little, it's still got the stuff inside.
Yeah.
They come like this. Where's the camera? And you'll have to take the, what is it called? Supports out.
And clean up the print and stuff.
Yeah, clean up the print a little bit. But this would come with a head, 2 eyes, not 3, head cap, probably eye cradle, boobs, hands, in an Easter color. And then the idea is to do a collab, making an outfit and doing a face-up. Here's one I did for Winterfest in purple. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's still running.
Okay.
You just moved my mouse and...
Oh, sorry.
Nope.
Can you show her face a little better? Can I bring this in, maybe move her over accordingly? And, you do a little face up, and I did the nipples on the boobs, and I, blushed the hands a little bit, and then I took heat and I moved the fingers because it is a, where's the rock
ASL.
and roll
It's the I love
rock
you
and roll to
ASL,
me.
but
Yeah, you can switch back now. But anyway, if anyone think about it, I'd love to have you participate. There's no cost. We'll mail that out to you. And it's just for fun, just a fun Easter. Easter's late this year, and I love it because we'll get more crafts in between St. Patrick's Day and Easter. I think there was like a week between last year, and it was like, I can't even keep up because you've got Halloween, you got fall, Halloween, and then Thanksgiving, Christmas, Valentine's Day, followed by St. Patrick's Day and Easter, and what is it, the Pi Day and all those little ones too. But
little ones, Pi Day is a big darn deal at our house, man.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that, Cynthia. Glad to hear that. I love Easter too. And so anyway, that's what we've got planned, and I guess that's all we have to say.
Yeah, I saw that Terry Jeanette was talking about their virtual Blythe.
Did-
What was that? What do they call the free prequel things that they're doing?
I
They're
didn't
doing one
see
for
it.
Mardi Gras.
Yeah.
Mardi Gras theme.
Tell us more, Terry, and give us the dates. I don't have those written down. I know it starts, or I think it starts February 17th.
Taster.
It's a taster. And what she's saying is it gives you a taste of the upcoming virtual Blythe retreat in June. And they have that every year. It's really fun. They do crafts and all sorts of things with Blythe dolls. And it is a good time. Oh, here it is. The taster is February 17th through March 4th, and that's on YouTube. And if you look at Terry's,
Bye, Erica.
what do you call that? YouTube, you can go to her channel and find out more. Terry, do you have your June dates available right there in front of you that you could tell us when the virtual Blythe retreat will be? Because I know a lot of us don't want to miss that. Ooh, tomorrow is Groundhog Day. How did I forget about that? Oh, it's going to be on Carrie's channel. I'll be there, Carrie. I will be there.
She's going to be back online a lot again now that she's mangled up her left hand.
Oh, no, her shoulder. She had shoulder.
No, you.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I might have fallen carrying a bucket full of rabbit stuff. It's a long story. A goat was where it shouldn't be, and I went to move, and there was a rope I had forgotten about, and I went flying.
There was a rope and a rapid deceleration with the ground.
Yes, me too, Katie. There's a lot of collaborations coming up. I will be doing my monthly, what do we call that? It's an update of collabs and challenges and opportunities. That's what we call it in the doll community. And I do that for the people that are subscribers and active subscribers on my channel. If you have something coming up too, I announce those once a month. And okay, I saw it. Yeah, here it is. June 20th, 21st, and 22nd. Mark your calendars for that, especially if you love Blythe dolls, because you will have a good time on YouTube. And Terry and Tammy are just such nice people. You'll enjoy their company. My shoulder? Right shoulder. How are you healing? How are you healing?
Well, it'll take her a few seconds.
Yeah,
to
it'll take her a
comment.
minute
So
to comment.
we are not live interactive.
I forget.
There's a few seconds
Yeah, there's
delay
a
here,
delay. So
getting better. Technology's getting better, but it's not that good yet. So.
But there's a lot of collabs and challenges coming up, and there's a lot of Valentines being planned and St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
And
if you've got something that Marna hasn't mentioned
as an active subscriber,
drop her a note.
Yep.
Either put it in the comments on this video or send it to her via email. Again, her email's at the bottom of every one of her domains.
Yep.
So Loving My Smart Doll or Whimsical Blythe or dollsrescued.com.
And he means comments, not chat. That kind of disappears. If you have something, put it in the comments below here and let us know. I'm happy to get those off for my active subscribers.
Yeah.
And would you mind subscribing today? I'd really appreciate it if you're not already subscribed. Would you leave a like on this live? And thank you for all your chat. I really appreciate it. It's so good to see everybody, and I'm thrilled that you came.
Yeah. Appreciate it, especially for a Saturday morning. We are going to change. We're talking about moving to Thursday nights. We've been doing Saturday morning updates for the Winterfest, but now that that's over and we're thinking about just becoming part of our regular, do a Thursday night live.
Night live about anything, just chat or different dolls, not just smart dolls, but all kinds of stuff. Holly, if I did that, then nobody would come watch that video about what was coming, what was coming up.
I've offered.
Okay, one more thing. Carrie says it's hard to sleep. God bless you. I am sure that is very physical therapy. Bless your heart. Heal well, my friend. And we will see you all on your channels. Thank you so much for coming. And please subscribe.
Bye. Have a good weekend.
Bye.